Hey guys, Saturday morning, and this is a little bit about what I was talking about yesterday in one of my videos. You see that frost? Yeah, I mean, it's not cold out, but we get cold enough and we get moist enough from the I guess from the heat during the day, you know, and then it gets kind of cold. So what happens is that frost gets all over the grass, and then the sun comes up. And my truck just turned off. The sun comes up, and then that frost just settles onto the dirt, and every day, day after day after day after day after day, this keeps happening. And it's going to keep happening for about a month. So what happens is the ground's going to be really wet, and all of us with our nice big fancy mowers are kind of screwed because of the weight. And you know, we're gonna end up 21 inching a lot of our yards over the course of the next few weeks, because the ground's going to start getting softer and softer and softer. It's just nothing you can do about it. And then every once in a while you have a rain. I remember last year, man, I did a lot of 21 inching in March and the first week of April, because my 32 inch would just sink with them little thin tires it had on it. But hopefully things will be better this year with my my 42. It's got a little bit bigger tires, and it's not necessarily a heavier mower, so hopefully that'll work out. And I'd put some white sand down because my kids tear up my yard a lot. They're little four-wheelers, but anyways, just wanted to show you that. I'll be back. Oh boy, Saturday morning, here we go. So it's 8 o'clock, and I don't want to make noise too early, so we're gonna head out and do some pine straw first. That straw, the never-ending job that I never get to do. 20 bales of straw. I need to get that out. So we're gonna go do that right now, and then we're gonna go do the 2-story pressure wash house from yesterday that the guy just signed the papers for yesterday. So we'll do that. We'll be there like around 10. So that's a good time, you know what I mean? Maybe even later. But that's a good time to start making a racket. And then I got my yard sign with me, so when I'm pressure washing his house, I'll back up in the driveway, and I'll stick the yard sign in his yard that shows, you know, the house wash and all that and how much. So, you know, it's the weekend. People will be up. They'll want to know what this racket is at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or whatever it is I get there. And good. They can see my sign, and maybe I'll get some business out of that. And then we got to run down the road to do my buddy's 1-story that he sent me the address last night. So we got 2 pressure washes to do today, a 2-story and 1-story, and we got about 20 bales of straw to put out, which I think I'm going to be about 4 or 5 bales short, maybe. I might have to run up to Lowe's real fast and grab a couple bales of pine straw to finish. I don't know. We'll have to see. Straw goes far, man. Straw goes really, really far. So we'll just have to see how that goes. So first up, straw job. I guess I could have put my lawn service sign up since I was doing pine straw, but I had this one on me, and what the heck. So anyways, there you go. Pine straw completo. Nice roll and tuck, huh? Not too shabby. He's out of town, so I got it. I mean, it is fluffy. It'll drop down here shortly. Looking pretty good, huh? Thank God the wind died down. It goes all the way down. And it's like this on both sides. Man, oh man, oh man. This had some dead crap coming up. So I cut the dead off, and it's a little bit of green, so there's going to be some of those ligustrums growing back through. So that should be cool. Did this bed too. He was thinking about putting some flowers in here, but he's going to wait to see if he's moving or not. Well, it looks good. I like it. Thank you. You know who you are for showing me how to do it. Again, I don't want to be a spoiler. But yeah, man, put your practices in use here. I still don't have the touch like you have with the blower, but it's coming. Now, hopefully, when he comes back, he's supposed to be back today. Hopefully, he'll mow the yard, because he's got all these leaves to clean up. Once he cleans up these leaves, if this was my customer, I'd do it. But he's not my lawn customer. He does his own yard. So there you go, huh? A long time ago, well, not a long time ago, a few months ago, I came back here and I cleared all this underbrush out. And then the neighbor hired me to clear all his underbrush out. I mean, that was just so horrible. And so I cleared it all out. It was like 5 truckloads to the dump. It was like that, but worse, way worse. Like undergrowth. Oh, weeds and crap growing. It's horrible. Vines. They made their yards look so small. Now, you know, they kept the natural look with the trees. We just brought everything up and cleared everything down. That was a hell of a job. And then we did the pine straw. So that's pretty cool. Too bad the grass ain't green. Really pops when the grass is green. When you have that, you know, that brown bed cover here. It really does look pretty decent. But anyways, that was 20 bales, and it is approximately 9:59. So it's 10 o'clock. So it took me about an hour and a half, 20 bales with the pine, you know, with the blowing off and cutting these branches, cutting all these bushes out, all that dead crap that was over there. So not a big deal, no rush. It was kind of neat, got it done. And let me grab my yard sign and we're gonna move on. Well, I had a little bit of a delay. When I finished that yard there, I just showed you all that roll tuck stuff with the pine straw. I went by the house that I did the other day that we videoed, where my buddy showed up and helped me, and pine straw was blown around, you know. So I ran up to Lowe's, which is like right here. You can almost throw a rock and hit it, and picked up 1 bale. Just 1 bale. It was terrible. They had to leave the garden area and go into the semi truck and get me 1 bale, but whatever. And I just went there and I just touched up, refluffed it up and everything, because man, it got really, really windy. Really bad Wednesday when I did that video. So that's why Thursday and Friday it was still real windy, and I didn't do this other 20 straw job or bale job. So I just touched that up. So now it's what, 10:38, and all the straw jobs are done. And I talked to my buddy. He sent me the address to the one by him that he needs me to do for him. He said just have it done by Tuesday. I said, well, I'll do it today. So we're gonna get that done this afternoon. But first we're gonna go do the 2-story house wash. The guy who just closed his house yesterday, closed on his house yesterday. Remember what I said yesterday in my videos, you know, I'm gonna talk today as if I know for sure you followed me yesterday, you know what I mean? So there might be some things that you're a little bit confused about, like, what do you mean closed on a house? It's in yesterday's part 2 video. It's in part 1, I believe, too, but in yesterday's vlog, February 26th, part 2, the house wash, pressure wash video, I talk about this guy. So that's why I was saying you can't just jump in today and have everything all, you know, understand everything I'm saying, and, you know, it's just, I just talk to you as if you know what I'm talking about already. So kind of personal, you know, more personable that way. But I need to stop and get some dish soap for my pressure washer chemical tank. I filled it with bleach and water yesterday, but I didn't get soap in there. I forgot, and I just remembered. So I'm just gonna stop at this Dollar General right here and get a thing of some generic over-the-counter Dawn looking stuff, and put that into my tank, and I'll come back once I do that and I'll tell you why I do that. So I will be pulling in right now, and then we'll be back. Okay, so why do I use dish soap in my bleach? Well, there's a few reasons. One of them is basically it makes it so you can see really, really quick if your siphon's working or not working, because it's got little small suds going on. So you can hit a window, you know, depending on the surface you're spraying, you can see real fast. You'll know, oh crap, I don't have anything coming out. You know, I'm not siphoning my chemicals. Something might be wrong. It could be a jam, whatever, you know, a blockage in the siphon. That's one reason. That's you know, your visual, mechanical reason, I should say. As far as the chemical reason, there's so many pluses to putting soap with your bleach. One of them is it causes the bleach to stay on the surface longer before it evaporates or dries up, I should say, from the wind, from the sun, you know, just from being out of the tank. It goes on, you know, pretty thin, and it dries. And if it dries before it does its job, then you got to go back and reapply more bleach to continue cleaning the surface, or you got to use some pressure. I don't want to use pressure. I want to just put my chems on and come back and rinse what I need to rinse, and that's it. So the soap causes the bleach and the water to stay as like a thicker film on the actual surface of what you're trying to wash. So it stays there and it continues to eat. You know, it gives the bleach a longer dwell time, ability to dwell longer. So that's one thing that I noticed. Another thing is the soap causes the liquid, when it makes contact with the side of the house, to make a sheet action. It's like a sheet of detergent going down. So when you spray from the bottom going up, by the time you're done, you have a sheet of liquid dwelling right now, doing its job. When you don't do that, what I find is that the liquid is so thin that if there's a little imperfection in the material that you're spraying, it'll cause the water to not go down. Like there'll be like a little something sticking onto the vinyl or sticking out of the wood cedar. That'll cause the water to come down and choose the path of least resistance. So if there's a little thing there, the water comes down like a sheet, and then it goes like this. And then you'll find like teardrops or drip marks going down of clean and then dirty or not as clean. And so then you got to go back and respray again, and you know, you start seeing that stuff. When you put the soap in there, it makes it a thick, heavy fluid, like a sheet. It's got more weight to it, it's got more balls behind it, and it goes down and it'll overcome little imperfections and roll over it and keep on going down. I notice that big time. So if I don't have soap in my bleach, I'll see that really fast. I'll also see spotting going on too on my surfaces, on my vinyl. It's like the bleach goes on and it's just drying so freaking fast that, you know, the bleach dries and that's it. It's like you gotta sit there and spray and spray and spray. When you use soap for a long period of time, you know how fast you can go, and you can see the sheet of water, the sheet of chemicals going down. You know, you move along, man. When you don't have soap and you try to move at that pace, you're gonna go back and have to rewash it 2 or 3 more times, you know, re-chemical it. That's just what I find. That's because the technique that I do, that's what happens. Now maybe other people have different results with or without soap, but that's why I use soap. It really moves things along for me, gives me a cleaner surface, you know, just a more even, clean surface with less effort, zero pressure. I just use my soap tip to put it on. I use my soap tip to rinse off what I rinse off, and I'm done. I'm in and I'm out. Like I said, you know, like yesterday, you guys saw me do a 2-story house. I started, I think, at 12:25. I showed you the time, and I was done at 1:13 with doing the back slab. And I mean, that was a nasty 2-story house. That was really dirty. So I mean, you see, the system that I use, it might not be the system that everyone uses, but the system that I use, I mean, come on, if you could do $720 houses in a day because you're not even spending an hour there, or even let's just say 6 in a 9-hour day, say you're working 9 hours, you do 6 houses, you know, you got 600 plus 620 is another 120. So I mean, you're talking a $720 day on a $50 thing of bleach and a little thing of freaking dishwashing. So the system's working. I don't have enough clients to support that yet, but they're coming. They're growing. Everyone that I did this year, I expect to come back next year unless they move away. And then on top of more advertising and stuff with yard signs, you know, maybe 3 a day through the winter would be nice. So let me get to this 2-story house where my customer just closed on it, and we'll go ahead and set up shop and make some money. Well, that was a bust. Note to self: always ask customer if their water's turned on. Hold on, I gotta get my yard sign. Okay. Yeah, didn't even think about that. Brand, you know, new, not new house, but you know, they just purchased this house, and it's been empty for a while, and the water was turned off and padlocked, so I couldn't use the church key to turn the water on, even just temporarily. Not that I would do such a thing. So yeah, that was terrible. But while I was there, I figured, well, let me prep all these leaves. There's so many leaves. And the wife was there. She was inside just messing around, you know, cleaning things up. She was like, hey, I was like, oh, your water's not on. She was like, no, it won't be on until Monday. I was like, oh, okay. She's like, well, how much do you want to clean all these leaves up? So I was like, oh, okay. So I made a nice little job out of that. And what I did is I just went from the front yard all the way to the backyard and blew into 2 huge freaking piles. Made a phone call to my buddy and said, hey, I did all the blowing, you do all the cleaning up. We'll split it 50-50, so he's coming to haul it away. So I ended up making a little bit of money on it, and he paid me for next week's pressure wash. So we're gonna come back when they get the water on, either Monday or Tuesday. We'll come back and do the house wash, and I got a leaf cleanup job out of it in the meantime. So, can't complain. So now we're gonna head on out to my my buddy's customer's house and go do a 1-story, and then we'll be done for the day. We'll be done for the weekend. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a moment. It's 1:03. At 12:27, I backed in the driveway and I texted my buddy who was paying me for this job, and I said, all right, man, I just pulled in. I'll be done in about 30 minutes. So I unrolled my hoses and got things fired up, and now it's 1:03 and one hose is rolled up. I just got to roll up my pressure hose and I'm out of here. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Are you guys starting to feel it? Are you starting to see it? Do you see the potential in house washing? Light, small little rigs. We're gonna have a talk about this, guys. There's a lot of money to be made. Very little expense. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. So let me meet up with my guy here. He should be here any minute. Let me get my hoses rolled up, and then if we have time, we'll walk the property. Otherwise, we are done for the day, and I'll be back to sign out. Okay, so let's talk about something that's really for real. Oh, the guy who's supposed to show up, my buddy, he's across town, so we'll just get together another time, and he'll pay me, no biggie. So for real, I want you guys to like kind of think. All of the lawn guys, okay? If you're already in a pressure wash business, then you already know the potential. But all of us that are in the lawn service that don't want to get into pressure washing, let me just kind of like broaden your horizons a little bit. Think about a business where you can make $400 or $500 quickly and easily in a day, and all you need is about $1,500 startup to get a good used pressure wash machine, about 150 feet of hose, the right tips, and a chemical tank. I mean, a lot of people just use a 5-gallon bucket. They just pour, you know, a gallon of bleach and 4 gallons of water into a 5-gallon bucket and siphon it that way. Unless they're using like over-the-shelf bleach, just like from Walmart or whatever. Then that 8%, you might want to go 3 gallons bleach to 1 gallon water. Maybe, I don't know, but it's been so long since I used it. But I mean, if you can get yourself some commercial bleach for $50, you know, 10-11% bleach for $50, you put that in a 5-gallon bucket. You don't need to have such a system like I got. You know, I mean, you can mix up a 5-gallon bucket, put a lid on it. I think they got lids and buckets at Home Depot and Lowe's, don't they, for like $4 or $5? Get yourself a nice 5-gallon bucket with a lid, and you know, before you leave the house, take 5 gallons of the commercial bleach with you and have another bucket and mix it up. You know, you get to the job, you mix it up. Take a little longer, but you mix it up. See, I don't want to take time. That's why I have the chemical injection. That's why I have the actual chemical tank on my trailers, because I don't want to take that time. I see the potential to go in and out 5-6 houses in a day, $600-700 in a day. I see that. But I mean, you think about that, you know, to work solo in the lawn care business and to make $500 you know, either you got some really choice accounts that are high paying accounts and you're lucky, or you're like me. You have, you know, at least a $3,500 mower or more. You got, you know, an edger that's $300 or $400, a weed eater that's $300 or $400, maybe a backup. You got a $600 blower, maybe a backup hand blower. Garbage cans, rakes, garbage bags. You know, you got loppers, you got hedge trimmers that are $500 or $600. I mean, you got $7,000, $8,000 invested. You're sharpening blades. You're buying string. You're buying edger blades. You're going through all of that stuff. That's a lot of money that's out of your pocket all the time to work, you know, and you're out there making the same money as somebody who puts $1,500 in and occasionally buys a 50-gallon jug of, drum of bleach. He's out there making twice the money. The potential for the pressure wash guy to make $600 or $700 is there. That would take some serious, dedicated following up, you know, with clients. You know, you get them today, you call them back in 8 months and remind them that you the man, you know, you're coming to do it, you know, once a year, whatever, this is your price, you know. But to get started, you're going to spend quite a few dollars in advertising, you know. I mean, you're going to want to have a website with before and afters. So, you know, a website a year is going to cost you probably what it's going to cost you in weed eater line, fuel for your, you know, mix, oil, and edger blades for a year, maybe. A website's going to cost you about $200. Well, you're probably going to spend $200 in edger blades, weed eater line, and 2-cycle mix, you know, like the Echo 6-packs you buy, or the 5-gallon jug, however you want to buy your oil. You know, that before and after is going to be very important to clients. They want to see your before and after when it comes to pressure washing. But then you get out there and you push them business cards. You know, you get out there and you push it. But, you know, once you get a client, you know, you don't have a $30 or a $40 client. You got now a $70 or an $80 or a $120 or $250 client, depending if they want concrete and stuff done. So, you know, you're not getting just you're passing out a business card and you're hoping to get a $30 or a $40 lawn. You're passing out business cards or magnets, and, you know, anyone that you get, it's going to be a 60, 70 for a small, quick, easy one-store, you know, depending on what you want to do, getting your foot in the door. You know, you might have a minimum 90. There's a guy with street signs up right now, yard signs up all over the place, $99, starting from $99. I can't read his sign to save my life because he's got blue letters on a white sign, and he's got just way too much information. So I have to pass it like 20 times and read a line every time I go by until I finally figure out what this guy's trying to push on us. And, you know, whatever, unfortunately. So, you know, he's got $100. So everybody that calls him, he's making $100. So if he gets 3 phone calls a week, he's got $300 he just made. Where if you get 3 phone calls a week doing lawns, you got maybe 90 to 120. You know what I'm saying? So, and then what do you have invested? You know, even if you just have the most basic of equipment and you work out of the back of your pickup truck, you know, you got a $350 or a $400 push mower that's self-propelled, I hope. You know, you got a weed eater, you got a blower, you got a rake, you got a garbage can, you got weed eater line, you got edger blades, you got two-cycle mix, unless you're using a 4-stroke. You know, you're probably using marine gas or ethanol blocker additives. Well, you know, you start adding up everything it takes to run a lawn business and everything it takes to be so efficient that you can go out there. You're not going to make $600, $500 with a 20-inch push mower. It's just not going to happen. It could here and there. I mean, if you're young and like really motivated, but that's going to wear out really, really fast. The mower's going to wear out really, really fast, and you're going to start spending money on mowers, but you're going to wear out mowing that much really, really fast. So, you know, of course, somebody's going to make a comment saying, oh, I do it because I got a lot of hedges and I got $150 accounts. Okay, I mean, there is that. I'm not going to take that away, but I'm just saying the average lawn guy, the average person that I know that we deal with, we got about $6,000 in trailers. And, you know, when you're an advanced lawn guy, I mean, you got riding mowers, 0 turns, whatever. You got, you know, a lot of stuff, and you know, you got 50 or more accounts, you're looking at least $5,500 to $6,000 just in equipment rolling around in a trailer, right? I mean, seriously, if you start adding it up, just the mowers alone, a decent commercial zero turn is going to be about $3,000. You know, a Hustler Raptor is $3,000. My mower's $3,500. You can get Husqvarna's for like $2,500, $2,600, maybe a little bit more. Maybe they're like $3,200 even. I don't remember, but you know, you're looking at $3,000 for an entry-level zero turn that's going to make it where you can get out there and start hustling lawns, 8, 9, 10 lawns a day. You know, really good. You know, getting them done efficiently and you know, looking nice. You know, that's a huge investment. So what if you take $1,500, you buy a $1,000 pressure washer that somebody's down on their luck and they need to sell their 4 or 5 gallon per minute pressure washer. You know, that's, you got, let's say $1,000, you go and you buy a chemical tank exactly like mine at a tank, or you have it shipped to you online, a 15 gallon plastic tank, for about $50 maybe. And then you get the siphon hose, you know, at Home Depot or Lowe's with the little filter on the end for like $9. And you get 150 feet of hose. Let's say that pressure washer didn't come with any, so you're looking at $300 for 150 feet of good commercial grade hose that's not gonna bust or wear out or chunk up on you when you get it caught on a house, like on the concrete of a house going around a corner or something. You know, $300 there, it's $1,000, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, and then a couple 5 gallon buckets, some gas for the pressure washer, and some bleach. And I mean, you're down the road, $1,500. You're down the road, man, and you could work out of your pickup truck. I wouldn't work out of an SUV. The bleach is gonna just fucking tear, or excuse me, the bleach is just gonna tear stuff up. But I mean, you could just do that right out of a pickup truck. You don't need a trailer. You don't need nothing. You could do it all right out of your pickup truck, and you get out there and you pound that pavement and you put out business cards. And let's say you have a lawn service. Let's say you do have a lawn service. And you put on one side of your business card your lawn service, and then you put on the other side of your business card your house wash special. And you say all lawn service clients receive a 5% discount. You know, so you put your prices on there. Lawns from $40 and up, includes cut, edge, trim, weed eat, blow, or cut, edge, trim, clean up. Also additional services available: mulch installation, pine straw, tree trimming, hedge trimming, shaping, whatever else you do. You know, that's on one side of your business card. Now you got people going, oh wow, this guy's like $40, man, we can afford that. They call you up, you say, yeah, it's $40, it's on a 14-day schedule, or depending on your area, you might have a 7-day schedule where you live, you might have rye or whatever, you know, whatever, however it is, it is. And then on the back, house wash, single-story homes $70, 2-story homes $120. Lawn service customers receive a 5% discount after 6 months of continuous service or something like that. Then they say, oh, you do houses too, or house wash? Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I sure do. You know, you got a 1-story, it's $70, but you know, I give you a 5% discount off, so it's you know, that's $3.50 off or whatever. So yeah, I give you $4 off, or you know, for you, for lawn service clients, it's $60 or $65. Oh, that's awesome. Now, one business card just got you all that, and then what did you do? You only have $1,500 invested. So that $1,500 invested, you're going to make that back, man, really fast. And you know, you're going to have the lawns that are going to help you build it up. So just think about it really is a minimal investment with a really big return if you get the clients. Now, if you don't get the clients, then you got $1,500 or so just sitting idle. So you got to get out there and you got to pound the pavement. You got to get them business cards out. If you can get those business cards out and you can get clients, you know, you start building it up. By this time next year, I'm looking to be doing probably 2 or 3 houses a day, every day, 5 days a week. That's my goal with the pressure wash side of the house. So to supplement along with my lawns, I think that would work out really nice. Be nice income, that's for darn sure, with very little overhead. But pulling up to my house, and I will get this video up and I'll see you guys later. Just think about that. Food for thought, man. Minimal investment, awesome income. See ya.